What's good, Joe? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How you guys doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. 3:58 on a Monday afternoon. We have Le Mans 1955 race reports. But before we get into it, did they have a little summary, a little race report about what happened? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what went down. Hope you guys are doing amazing, wonderful, great, stupendous, lovely. So let's go and see what happened. So 1955. So this was a 24 hours of Le Mans, beginning on June 11, 1955, with Pierre. With Pierre on the wheel of the number 20 Mercedes-Benz. American John Finch was assigned Pierre's partner and then take over driving duties later. So were they racing for a whole 24 hours straight? Competition between Mercedes, Jaguar, Ferrari, Aston Martin, and Maserati was close, with all the marquees fighting for the top positions early on. The race was extremely fast, with lap records being repeatedly broken. At the end of lap 35, Levy was following Mike Hawthorne's leading Jaguar, where he blatantly announced a pit stop. He slowed down the effort. Hawthorne's Jaguars Okay, so Levy, ahead of Fenji on the track, did not have time to react. Levy's car made contact with the left rear of Macklin's car as he closed rapidly about 150 miles per hour upon a slow car. When Levy hit the Austin Henley from behind, his car became airborne, soaring towards the left side of the track, where it landed atop the Irvin embankment. I can't read. Jesus Christ, Chaz. Separating spectators from the track itself. Holy shit. So, Pierre Levy died. With the front of the space rink chases and does crucial engine mounts destroyed. The car's heavy engine block also broke free and hurled toward the crowd. Spectators who had climbed onto trestle tables to get a better view of the track find themselves in the direct path of the lethal debris. Pierre was also thrown free of the tumbling car, fatally crushing his skull when he landed. Holy shit. The car burned for several hours. Official counts had 84 people dying, for a further 120 injured. Let's just get into the video. What happened? Oh my god. 80+ people died.
Once again, in the van of the British challenge for outright victory at Le Mans, the Jaguars were early arrivals at the scrutineering bay. But this year, the team had been reshuffled, and Mike Hawthorne was to be the number one driver, partnered by 500cc expert Ivor Buett, and their racing number 6. The entry was as fully representative of the sports cars of the world as in any previous race. The nationalities of cars and drivers together adding up to nothing short of a United Nations of motor racing. And once again, the Germans had re-entered the field, determined upon a repeat performance of their 23rd hour victory in 1952.
So this was a 24-hour race, I'm assuming. Like, they was racing for 24 hours, I'm guessing, because they said there's Hawthorne had his partner, so I'm guessing these racers had partners.
Sterling Moss was to share their number one car with Fangio, and Alfred Neubauer.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct me if I'm
wrong.
wrong.
Go, there is to be seen the formidable shape of their team manager.
What's this? The startup? Is this how they are starting up? Okay, so these guys start, and they all start, it's like ready, set, go. It's like a freaking 4-yard dash. They start from the opposite side of their cars, and they race towards their cars, I'm guessing, to start the race. We need to bring that back. I've never seen that before. since the race started like that, it can't be though. It can't be.
At the S's, young Castellotti has his Ferrari in the lead from teammate Malioli. Then comes Mike Hawthorne, the American and Belgian entered Jaguars, Peter Collins Aston Martin, the 2-litre Ferrari, Parnell's Lagonda, the Mercs of Levesque and Kling, then Bob Dixon's TR2.
It's a smooth race right now. See, Aston Martin. I know. So you really
Jaguar
see.
pursues Ferrari.
So you really see a lot of these like.
Don Bowman closes on Phil Walters.
So you really see a lot of these like name
Macklin
brands have been racing for a
Bob
minute.
Dixon chases hard.
Aston Martin, Mercedes, Ferrari, stuff like that. But I already knew about Ferrari. Like I already knew Ferrari's like it's been racing for like a minute, like for a long ass time.
Pierre Levesque in Mercedes.
But I honestly didn't know.
Fangio to dice with Hawthorne in the lead, and the Frenchman lies behind the Kling Simon Mercedes, which is fifth.
I know Aston Martin and like Mercedes. But Mercedes, I can't really be surprised about. But I think really just Aston Martin. I was like, yo, what? Like, they've been racing for a
Fangio and
minute.
Moss make more use of their air brake than the other Mercedes drivers.
Air
And their
brake.
car, which lies second to Hawthorne's Jaguar, is about to lap its two teammates. Now coming up to halfway through the third hour, the first of the scheduled pit stops are being made.
And
The
this is-
time, 6:26.
So this is when the accident happened. You see everybody's looking.
Levesque's Mercedes has hit Lance Macklin's Austin Healy. The veteran Frenchman is killed instantly.
Damn.
Macklin escapes by a miracle, but the flaming wreckage of the German car, together with the blast of what appears to be a major explosion, wreaks havoc in the dense crowd of spectators. Drivers, unaware of the magnitude of the disaster, continue with the job in hand. But marshals and mechanics now tackle the tricky task of moving the wreckage of the Healy.
Jesus.
For a long time, the Mercedes burns at the roadside. The race has brought with it the worst disaster in motor racing history.
Yeah, and I think they also said in like the description that it was burning for like a couple hours. Where is the health team? I mean, where's the firefighters? Am I missing something?
Now, Ivor Bueb has taken over number 6 from Hawthorne, and Sterling Moss has relieved Fangio in number 19.
So teammates came into it. That's pretty cool though.
Les Brook comes into the corner. And the Sandbanks claim another victim, albeit saving the driver from physical injury.
Good. That sucks. I was saying good in terms of like, you know, he didn't get like seriously hurt like Pierre.
Meantime, at the pits also, fortunes continue to fluctuate as the battle in the classes is well and truly joined. The McAlpine Thompson Connaught was a fancied British challenger in the 1.5-litre group. But after going extremely well initially, the car was destined to be out of the race by midnight. Not so our Mr. Brooks. No doubt recalling the delights of seaside holidays as a child, Leslie puts his back into the sandcastle business. Sterling Moss now leads the race for Mercedes, although the lap record at 121.9 still stands to Hawthorne's Jaguar. In the pits, the work which can win or lose this race continues hour by hour. As one car rejoins the circuit, another is expected in. Engrossed in the routine of effort and rest, drivers begin to lose touch with normal time. Mechanics are thinking in terms of tire wear. Timekeepers count the hours in minutes and seconds.
My man said, let me go pee right quick.
But out at
Quick old bathroom break.
Westbrook counts the minutes by the shovelful. Along with the Mercedes, no fewer than 6 Porsches represent the German industry. This is the car shared by Seidel and Olivier Genderby. By this time, the field is thinning out, and as it does so, the cars in British Racing Green become conspicuous for their reliability. At 9 p.m., Carl Kling is 10th, 25 miles behind Moss. Marioli is third behind Hawthorne. It's Mercedes, Jaguar, Ferrari, Jaguar, Maserati. A struggle as international as any ever seen at Le Mans, and it's running at record speed.
So Jaguar had a pretty good race going on. Same thing with Mercedes and Ferrari. Of course, it's still Mercedes and Ferrari still dominating the race.
Now the problem of failing light is added
just
to
like we see today.
But to Les Brook, the twilight was to bring the reward for his heroic efforts. At the 8th hour, the position had changed. The Mercedes led the Jaguar by nearly 2 laps, but the Kling-Simon car was a further 2 laps back and third, with the other 2 Works Jaguars on its tail. Now Le Mans assumed its midnight gaiety, for even now the vast crowds at the circuit had no idea of the magnitude of the disaster 6 hours before.
That's
but at
6
2 a.m.,
hours.
the Mercedes are withdrawn. At that time, Moss led Hawthorne by a lap and a half, but
wait,
the
he said
Jaguar
what?
withdrawn of the disaster 6 hours before. But at 2 a.m., the Mercedes are withdrawn. At that time,
That's
Moss
weird.
led Hawthorne by a lap and a half.
Why would Mercedes just withdraw?
But the Jaguar had a pit stop in hand, and there were 14 hours to go. A race is never over till it's won, and there were further drastic changes in the next 2 hours. The Ferrari challenge ended in anticlimax as one by one they fell. The Bowman-Joyce Jaguar left the road. The Maserati of Valenzano and Musso climbed through the depleted field. As daylight returned to the circuit, the Hawthorne-Jewett Jaguar led by 5 laps at 111 miles an hour from the Maserati. 1 lap behind came the Peter Collins Paul for Aston Martin, then the Ross Hamilton Jaguar, which was obviously in trouble. Hawthorne drove on with undiminished mastery. Peter Collins embarked upon a grim pursuit of the Maserati. This was still a motor race with a vengeance. As the morning wore on, Peter Collins' Aston Martin wore down that Maserati challenge. The Italian car was abandoned, and British cars were 1, 2, 3.
Damn. Shout to Britain.
The Aston is second. The new MG has made its bow. The Belgian Jaguar is third, and nothing can stop Mike Hawthorne now. Le Mans of 1955 is over.
About time.
The winner had covered a record distance of 2,592 miles at 107 miles an hour. The pace throughout the race in every class had been a killing one. Yet of the 21 cars which passed the checkered flag, 13 were products of the British industry, an achievement of which we may all be justly proud. And although the race must go down in the annals as one of tragedy, let no one gainsay the heroic drive of Mike Hawthorne and his partner Ivan Buick. The 3 production model Triumph TR2s had done exactly what they set out to do. Their final placings, 14th, 15th and 19th in the general classification, was no mean achievement against a field made up largely of near single-seater racing cars. In the hands of distinguished drivers, 3 started, 3 finished. And throughout the 24 hours of Le Mans, not one encountered a single mechanical failure of any kind.
Wow. That's pretty wild. It's a lot of questions I got, but I'll happily discuss it with you guys in the comment section, but you know, 24-hour race, it seems like then 80 plus people are dead from the accident. But it still was good to see a lot of like the F1 brand cars we see now. Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston Martin. Damn, bro. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. But anyway, you guys will get like the video and stuff as well. We will see you guys later.